Okay. Can't put it on the YouTube if I don't hit the record button. Okay. So put your ball between your legs like that. Like I said, you can use a small pillow or a block if you have one. And your feet will obviously be a little wider if you do that. But we'll just use it to kind of give us some feedback here. So standing nice and tall with our spine long, shoulders relaxed. Let the tailbone drop. And all we're going to do is start with breathing. So you're going to inhale and just let everything relax. And then as we exhale, we're going to gently squeeze the ball and lengthen our spine. Feel like you're lengthening through the top back of your head, right? So inhale. And the best way to lengthen the spine as you exhale is to gently pull the chin a little bit back towards the spine. Right? And that will lengthen your spine. So inhale, and then we'll add lifting the heels. So as we exhale, we lengthen. We're just going to float the heels up. So however high they come. And then inhale back down. My heels aren't going to lift more than a millimeter. So exhale, float the heels up as you lengthen and gently squeeze. Inhale back down. Good. So the ball is just kind of helping engage these muscles that will kind of engage our core, engage our pelvic floor, all that good stuff, right? Inhale down one more time. Exhale, gently squeeze, lift the heels, lengthen, and inhale back down. And then take your ball in your hands. And what we'll do is, this is a little different than what we've done. So hold your ball in front of you. We're going to pass it behind our back. But as we do that, we're going to lift our opposite leg. So if you take your ball in your left hand, you're going to lift your right knee up. And you're going to take the ball behind you, switch to the right hand and bring it forward. Put that foot down. And then as you take the ball in your right hand, float your left knee up. Put behind you, switching hands, bring it forward. Okay, so we switch hands in the front, or switch directions in the front, switch hands in the back, right? And then as you take it with your left hand, right knee comes forward. I think I did it wrong because I can't talk and do this at the same time. Okay. And then as you take it in your right hand, you float your left knee. Bring it forward. Just a little coordination. Left hand. Right. Breathe. And then right hand lifts left knee. I can't lift my left knee. Okay. And then bring it forward. Good. And then with our ball in front of us, we're just going to take it in one hand, follow it back, go into the twist, bring it behind us, and forward. Right? And take it in the other hand, follow it back, and forward. And just letting your torso rotate. Inhale, and exhale. And inhale, and exhale. Then bring the ball overhead, and we're going to do a little back bend. So gently back bending as we look up, taking that ball a little bit back, and then come standing upright. Inhale, tall, exhale, take it to the side. And then the bottom hand is going to bring the ball down to your leg, and then bring it back up to your hand and lift. Inhale, tall, exhale over to the other side. Bottom hand takes that ball down as you reach, and then brings it back up, and exhale to the top. Two more. Inhale, exhale over, and that bottom arm takes that ball down, and then reach it back up, and exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale over, bottom hand takes it down, reach back out, and lift. And then just let your arms come forward. We're going to come to the end of our mat. So if you want to, barefoot for the first time in a long time here, so I'm sticking to the mat. You want to just put your ball just down next to your mat, you can. And we're going to roll down. So inhale, exhale, let your head and shoulders relax. Let your body relax as you roll down and hang. Just bending and straightening the knees a little bit. With our knees maybe a little bent or a lot bent, we're going to stack our spine back up. So arms are heavy, shoulders relaxed, stack the spine all the way up. And then again, inhale, exhale, roll down and hang. So just breathing here, letting your knees bend and straighten, your head relax. And then we'll walk our hands away from our feet into pike or down dog, spreading the fingers wide. Good to let the knees be slightly bent so we can lengthen our spine, lift the tailbone, and then treading the heels down. So maybe letting your body move a little bit here, shift around and just walking the heels. You might want to shift your weight forward toward your hands and then back towards your heels as well, if that feels good to you, whatever feels good to you. A little shifting around. Getting a stretch in our back body. A little blood to the brain. I need that today. And then maybe walking our hands a little farther out. You might come into a high plank, or you might come into a regular plank, or whatever feels good to you, wherever your body wants to go, and just take a couple breaths. Good. And then we'll lower down to the mat. You can come down slowly. You can just bring your knees under you. Whatever feels good. And then come around. I know it's a different time of day for you than it is for me. So you might be just waking up, and we're going to bring ourselves onto our back, and we're just going to put our ball between our thighs. Or like I said, if you have a block, pillow, something else, okay, that would be best, a block or a pillow or something to squeeze. All right, and then we're going to relax, bring our feet close, kind of close to our hips. Good, take an inhale. And then as we exhale, we gently squeeze the ball and peel our spine off of the mat, one bone at a time. So just let your spine come up as high as it will. And at the top, we're going to take our arms over our head and relax them on the floor. And then we'll exhale down. So as we exhale down, melt the spine. Good. Inhale the arms, come back down by our side. And exhale, peel off the mat. Inhale the arms, just go over and relax on the floor. And exhale, melt the spine down. Arms come back by our side. Exhale, peel off the mat. Inhale, arms over our head. And exhale, melt the spine down. Good. And now you're going to keep your arms over your head. Inhale. Exhale, peel off the mat again. Inhale at the top. Exhale, melt the spine down. And then on our inhale, we're going to lift our arms up, lift our head and shoulders up. We're going to squeeze our ball, straighten our legs, and roll up. Take a stretch over the legs. And then lifting up as we inhale, we're going to kind of roll back down, letting our knees bend. Right? And then sweep the arms. You could sweep your arms out from your shoulders along the ground if you want. And then arms are over the head. Good. Exhale, peel off the mat. Inhale, exhale, melt the spine down. Inhale, lift your head and shoulders, lift your arms, squeeze the ball as you exhale to roll up and stretch. So we'll just do this little sequence a couple more times. Inhale, exhale, back down as your knees bend. And your arms maybe sweep alongside you and over your head. Inhale, exhale, bridge up. Gently squeezing our ball. Good. Inhale, exhale, melt the spine down. As we inhale, we lift our head, we lift our arms, we squeeze our ball, and exhale, roll up. The ball should really help you stretch. Inhale, exhale, back down, letting the knees bend, letting them slide in, arms sweep over. Inhale, exhale, peel off the mat. Inhaling at the top, exhale, melt the spine down. Inhale, lift arms, head, exhale, roll up. Inhale, exhale, back, slide the feet in, sweep your arms. Let's do that one more time because it feels good. Exhale, peel off the mat. Feels good in my spine. Nice deep breath. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, lift arms and head. Exhale, squeeze and roll up and stretch. Good. This time we're going to inhale, exhale, back onto our back, slide our feet in, slide our arms over our head. Inhale, bridge up on your exhale. And then you're going to stay here with your hips up. And then bring your arms down by your side. Just take a breath alongside your body. You might need to adjust your feet a little bit. And what we're going to do is straighten our left leg. So it's just like knees are still in line. It's straight out at that angle. See if you can hold that there. Your hips might drop a little bit. That's okay. And just do a few little squeezes on your ball. And your arms in a position where your elbows are on the ground and your hands are up will help make you stronger. So you might want to do that. Little squeezes. Very small. Now you can keep your foot down if this is too hard. Keep both feet on the ground and squeeze your ball. All right, and then stop. Put that foot down. Switch to the other leg. Straighten that leg. Right leg straight. And then again, keep both feet down if it's too much for you, but just do little tiny squeezes as you breathe. Little ones. Good. And then we'll bend. Bring that foot on the ground. Press the hips up. Good. Inhale. And melt your spine down on your exhale. Good. And then press your back into the mat, lift your legs up, hug your knees into your chest. I just give a little stretch here to our hips, right? And then we're going to take our ball and put it between our feet. So if you have a pillow or a block, you should be able to hold it between your feet. Knees open, right? So the knees are open and our hands are going to be behind our head. Clasp your hands. So this is frog with the ball. You're going to pull the ball in towards you on your inhale, opening those knees. On our exhale, we're going to press up and stretch the legs out, whatever angle they want to go. Okay. Inhale, lie back down, pull it in. Exhale, press up, stretch the legs out. Good. Support your head with your hands. Inhale, pull in, really opening those knees. Exhale, press up. Inhale, pull in as you lie down. We're going to add to this. Exhale, press up, stretch the legs out. Lift the legs to the ceiling. Lower them back to where they were. Bend the knees as you lie down. Pull the ball in. We're just adding that one piece. Exhale, press up and stretch out. Lift the legs. Lower the legs. Bend the knees and lie down. Exhale, press up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Bend and lie down as you inhale. Exhale, press up and stretch out. Inhale, lift. Got the rhythm here? Exhale, lower. Inhale, pull it in as you lie down. Exhale, press up. 50 more. No, I'm kidding. Lift the legs. Lower. Bring it in. Let's do one more. Exhale, stretch out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lie back down and stay here as you breathe. Take your hands from behind your head. Take your ball in your hands. Hug your knees for a moment. Right? And then we'll put our ball or your block on top of your knees, right? Like that, with your hands on top, legs relaxed. Inhale. As you exhale, press down on your ball, press your legs into the ball and your hands at the same time. Inhale, relax. Exhale, press. So as we press, we lift our tailbone off. Our tailbone will lift a little bit right off the mat. Right? Inhale, relax. Exhale, press. Inhale, relax. Exhale, press. Get a stretch in your tailbone. Nice deep breath. Press, relax. Press as you exhale, getting into the low belly muscles a little bit. All right, and then go ahead and relax. Put your ball back between your legs. Put your legs and bring the legs into table. So that means our knees are up from our hips and they're bent like that. Arms out from our shoulders on the ground. Inhale over to one side. Gently squeeze as you exhale back to the top. Inhaling over to the other side. Don't go too far that your shoulder can't be anchored. Exhale, gently squeeze back to the top. Inhale to the side. Exhale back. Little squeeze on the ball. Inhale to the side. Exhale back. If you want to straighten your legs, you can, or keep them bent. To make it a little bit more weight, or add a little more weight, you can straighten the legs. And inhale to the side, gently squeeze, exhaling back. And breathe. We're going to add a little circle to that. Take it over to one side. Just take your legs a little bit away from you. Around to the other side and back to the top. And the other direction, over to the side, legs a little bit away, around to the side and back. Doesn't have to be a very big circle, whatever size feels right to you, and you're not arching your back more than neutral, right? Just gently arch. Gentle arch is all you want to do. You don't want to hurt your back. Okay. Exhale back. Last one. All right. And when you come to the top of your circle, bend your knees, relax your body, hug them, rock around, take your ball in your hands, and we're going to put our feet on the ground. This is where a squishy ball is going to be the best. This is where the squishy ball is needed. We're going to press our hips up and put it under our sacrum. So if you happen to have a pillow or a yoga block, you can put it under your sacrum. You just won't have the stability challenge that we're going to have. All right. So we've got the ball under our sacrum. You're going to lift one leg up and then the other and just have them in tabletop. And just notice how that feels, right? You're going to start getting wobbly, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring our arms up to the ceiling and see how that feels to start with. If you're able to do it, and also just gently pull your rib cage ever so gently down. So that might help you a little bit. Okay, and then flex the feet. You're going to extend your right leg, just unbend it, and then bend it. And then unbend your left leg, and then bend it. And just notice how this feels, right? Exhale as you straighten, inhale as you bend. Now we're going to try to do our opposite arm. So if your right leg extends, your left arm goes a little bit back away from that leg, kind of reaching out. And then bring it back. And then your left leg extends, the right arm reaches a little bit back. Inhale, center. So this is pretty easy to do if you're not on a stability ball, but if you're on a ball, it could be pretty challenging. So just kind of play with it. Move slowly if you need to. Try not to move the side that's not supposed to be moving. So it's opposite arm and leg moving and the other side doesn't move, right? That's the trick. All right, and when you're even on both sides, you come center, try extending both arms and both legs into that V position, and then bring it back. So this is working all of our little stabilizing muscles, right? As we balance on this ball. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And when you come back to your start position, put your arms on the ground, straighten your legs to the ceiling, and then open them apart. Straddle the legs. Got your arms to help you. And then bring the legs back to the top. Now see if you could stretch your left leg all the way down to the ground. And then maybe you're able to hold on to your right leg and stay on your ball, or maybe you need to have your hands on the ground, right? Kind of depends on, pull the rib cage down a little bit. See if you can get that left leg all the way down. Good. And then bend your left knee to draw that foot up, take it to the ceiling, stretch your right leg down. See, my arms are on the ground, but you might be able to hold on to your legs. Good. And then slide your right foot along the ground. Stretch that right leg up. Stretch your left leg all the way down. So we want to emphasize that stretch through the hip flexors. And then draw that knee up. Bring that leg up. Switch. Right leg all the way to the ground. Stretch it out. So we're doing a slow bicycle stretch, emphasizing the hip flexors, right? The front of the leg and the hips. So you do the splits and then you bend, you do the splits, bend. Pretty tricky to do this with your hands off the ground, but you might, depending on your ball, how inflated it is, right? You can do it if it's less inflated, it's easier. All right. When you get to the point where you're doing the splits, bring both legs up to the ceiling, hug your knees into your chest. Good. And then put your feet on the ground. Press your hips all the way up. Pull the ball out from under you or whatever you got there and melt your spine down. All right. And then if you want to take your ball over your head, and we're just going to stretch. So reaching your arms and legs away from each other on the ground, flexing your feet, just do a side to side stretch. So reach through one side and then the other, kind of reach and then reach, feeling that stretch in the sides, shifting of our hips and shoulders up and down. Feels good in the morning. And then go ahead and relax. Take hold of your ball, lift it up, bend your knees, reach, lift your head and shoulders, reach, straighten your legs, press into the ball to roll yourself up, if that works for you. Or a different way to come up. All right. These are all suggestions. Okay, so let's lift our sits bones, straddle our legs a little bit, not too wide, just, whatever feels comfortable to you. Don't want too wide of a straddle. Put your hands on the ball. Now, sitting tall with your spine tall, you might need to bend your knees, right? It's okay if your knees bend, and just start by rolling the ball away. But if you can, get a stretch in your legs as much as possible. And stack back up, roll the ball in. And roll it away. Your knees might bend and straighten, whatever feels good to you, but you really want to stretch our spine and our legs if possible. Stack back up and roll it away. Stretching the sacrum and roll it back in. One more time, roll it away. And roll it back in. And then when you come up to sitting, pick up your ball, or whatever you're using in front of your chest here. Keep your back as flat as you can, hinge forward. Here's where your knees might need to bend, right? So hinge forward, flat back. You don't have to hinge very far, but just flat, keeping your back flat. Ball straight in front of us. We're just going to lift our arms by our ears, or lift your ball and kind of in line with your crown of your head, and then bring it back to start position. So back flat, head lifted, lift the ball as much as you can and bring it back. I realize it might not go very high. That's okay. Mine isn't going all the way up, right? So just lift and bring it back. Really keep the back flat. Lift and bring it back. And make sure your head is in a comfortable position, so don't drop your head. And lift and bring it back. This time we're going to stay there. You're going to lift up, keeping that back flat, and you're just going to rotate. Look under one arm, and then back to center, flat back, rotate the other way. Might be a small rotation, of course, that's fine. Come back to center, keep that back flat. 2 more times, rotate. Look under one arm, back to flat back, center, rotate the other way. And back to center. Let your ball come all the way down to the mat. Hands on the ball, relax. And roll it in as you stack back up. All right, now we're going to pick up the ball again in our straddle still. So make sure it's not too wide of a straddle, but just a little straddle. Knees can be bent. Again, tall spine. Bring your ball here. So we're going to inhale. As we inhale, we're going to gently press into the ball, lengthen our spine, and pull the ball to our chest. As we exhale, we're going to twist to one side. So it won't be probably be facing over one leg, right? And then stretch your arms straight out, lift the ball up, bring the ball back in front, and come center. So it's a little twist, right? Inhale, lengthen the spine as you pull the ball in, little press into that ball. Exhale, twist the other way, stretch out in front, lift it up, bring it straight in front, and center. A couple more. Inhale, lengthen and press into the ball. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach. And exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, center. Good. Inhale, lengthen as you bring the ball in. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lift the ball up. Inhale, forward. Exhale, center, and relax the ball down and shake it out. If you want to shake out your arms or your legs, and so whatever needs shaking. Okay, and we're going to bring the ball back between our legs, our thighs. So we're going to lean back onto our elbow. This. Walk the feet in. Good. And I'm going to lift the knees up. Good. So what we'll do is a little sequence. So we're going to start by bringing the feet toward the ground, bringing the legs away from you, and then exhale up. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, bend the legs. Inhale away. Exhale up. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, bend. Couple more. Inhale away. Exhale, lift. Inhale, straighten. Exhale. Inhale away. Exhale here. You're going to stay here. Inhale to the side. Exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale, bend the legs. Exhale, back. Okay, inhale to the other side. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Exhale, back. So a little twist. Inhale away. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, back. Inhale, side. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, back. Now let's see if we can straighten our legs here, or center, and just lower them a little bit toward the ground and lift them back up. So just a little movement. Inhale away. Squeezing that ball will help you a little bit. Squeeze. Inhale away. Gently squeeze and lift. If your knees need to bend, that's okay. You don't have to have straight legs. I'll go ahead and when your legs come up, go ahead and bend the knees. Bring them to the feet to the ground. Press yourself up, straightening your legs to come up. Stretch over your legs. Now for our next circus act. Okay, we're gonna bring the ball between our. You can either have it between your feet and ankles or between your calf. Really doesn't matter, whatever you prefer. Okay, so and if you're using a block, kind of find what probably between the feet is going to be more comfortable. We're going to bring ourselves near the front end of our mat, and we're going to lie down on our arm. Top hand could be in front of you. Good. So you're holding on to your whatever it is. Inhale, exhale, lift the legs. You can lift your head a little bit too off your arm if you want or not. It's up to you. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. The head can be relaxed on your arm, like I said, or you can lift your head a little bit off your arm. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift the legs. Now we're going to go into teaser. So you're going to inhale. As you exhale, lift the legs, and your bottom arm is going to sweep down. You're going to roll onto your butt, come up. Yeah. And then you're going to come back the way you came, sweeping that bottom arm back here. So if that's hard, maybe bending the knees could help. Inhale, exhale, lift the legs, bottom arm sweeps down, we roll back, roll up into teaser. So easy. And then we come back the way we came and relax. Inhale, exhale, lift the legs, roll back, sweep that arm, roll up. And back. I think that was 3. Let's do one more. Inhale, exhale, float the legs, roll back, sweep that arm, reach, and lift. And back to our side and relax. Pull your knees in to your chest, grab hold of your ball, stretch the legs back out. So what we'll do here is put this ball, you got it, I don't know if you have a pillow, it might work, behind your knee of your top leg and squeeze it like that, right? So hold it like that. Take your bottom leg slightly forward to help you balance, okay? So we're gonna have this leg just hovering over our bottom leg, and we're gonna turn to point the knee to the ceiling and then bring it back to parallel, and then turn, open that knee, open the hip, and then bring it back to parallel. Now, if you want to come up on your hand like that with your head on your hand, you know, it doesn't really matter. You can stay laying on your arm or you can come up. like this. Just open and close, rotate, 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 like in and out. Open our hip, we bring it back. Open our hip. This time we bring it back to parallel. Now pull that leg behind you. So you're going to pull your knee back and then bring it to back to start. Okay, so pull back and then bring it back to start. Pull back. You kind of have to squeeze that ball to hang on to it. Pull that leg back and bring it parallel. Pull back and parallel. You're going to feel your glutes and all those, well, the hamstrings too, right? Everything in the back of your low back area, all those muscles. Okay, pull back, all those muscles are involved. All right, and this time when you come back to parallel, go ahead and take your ball, relax your leg, and we're going to press ourselves up to sitting. Stressful holding onto that ball. Okay, cross your top leg over your bottom leg, and this bottom leg can be straight if you need to. Roll the shoulders a little bit, hug your knee in, press your hip into the ground, lengthen your spine. Take a little twist maybe. Yeah, just give your hip a little stretch, however that feels good to you now. If you want to lean forward or just a little bit of a tension. Like I like to say, a little bit of I'm sorry. Move my mat forward. And then we're going to come on to our other side. So you're going to bring yourself, your ball is going to be between your feet or calves or wherever you'd like to hold on to it, or feels comfortable and you can hang on to it on the front of the mat, laying on our arm. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, lift the legs up, maybe the head as well. Inhale, lower. Now, nice full breaths. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. So really breathe. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Okay. Last one before we go into teaser. Inhale, as we exhale, we lift, we roll back, sweep that arm down. Your knees might be bent, that's okay. And roll back onto your side. This side might be a little more challenging. Good. Inhale, exhale, lift the legs, roll back, slide that arm down, reach for your feet. And coming with control, back down onto our side. Exhale up, roll back, slide that arm. Now this is really going to be challenging if you don't have much core strength, right? And that's okay, just do your best. Exhale up, roll back, reach. And roll back onto your side. I think that's the right amount. Let's do one more. Inhale, exhale, lift, roll back, just in case. Up into teaser, and all the way down and relax. And then pull the knees in, grab hold of your ball, stretch the legs out. Bend the top leg and put the ball behind the knee. Like I said, you might like to come onto your hand like that, or your head on your hand. Bring the bottom leg a little forward to help with balance and holding still. And this leg, try to get it parallel like that. And you're just going to open and bring it back. So open the knee to the ceiling. Oops, just the ball. And bring it back. Open. We're just internally, externally rotating our hip, mostly externally rotating our hip. open, back, open, bring it back. Knee to ceiling, knee faces forward. Knee to ceiling, knee faces forward, right? Like that. In case you can't see me very well. Okay, next time we come back to parallel, pull that knee back behind you and then bring it to start. And pull back as much as you can and then release. So pull back and release. Pull back and release. And breathe. Back, release. Keep going. Release. Just breathe. However you're breathing, just take nice deep breaths. Last one. Good. And then go ahead and take your ball out. And we'll come up to sitting. Slide yourself up to sitting. Cross that top leg over, bottom leg bent or straight. Maybe shake out your shoulders, whatever feels good to you. Hug your knee in, rest your hip down, lengthen the spine. Maybe go into a little twist here. And then whatever feels good to give that hip a little bit of stretch. If you want to lean forward on your legs or do a figure 4 stretch like this, your leg crossed over. All right. We're going to come on to our all fours next. So you guys by now know that I sort of have a way that a routine that I do going from one position to another. I tend to do it the same way. Okay, we're going to take our ball. We're going to put it between our knees. Again, a block will work. Pillow will work. Block would be best. Okay, so between the knees and wherever situated under shoulders, however you're comfortable, always feel free to roll up your mat like that, make a ledge, right? Because it makes it easier, or something like that, padding. Okay, so we're going to inhale. As we exhale, we're going to gently squeeze the ball and extend our left arm forward. And we relax and inhale, bringing that hand back to the mat. Right? So gently squeeze on your exhale, reaching your right arm forward. Inhale, relax as your hand comes back down. So this is going to help us keep going, alternating, gently squeeze and reach the arm out. And you'll notice how that feels in the front of your body and all your muscles that are engaging, right? Exhale, squeeze as you reach. Inhale, back down. Exhale, squeeze and reach. Inhale down. One more, or until you're even on both sides. And bring it back down. Good. So both hands on the mat. Inhale. As you exhale, just curl the tailbone under, round your back, gently squeezing the ball. Inhale, release as you come into an arch. So cat-cow. Exhale, gently squeezing as you curl and round. Inhale, release, and come into that arch. Good. Moving our spine, just adding a little bit with the ball here. Inhale as you arch. Now we're going to add another piece to that. So we're going to exhale, curl the tailbone, tuck your toes into the mat, curl your tailbone under and round, and then lift your knees off the ground. Just float them up, put them back down, and arch. We're just adding that piece, okay? Exhale, curl and round, float the knees off the mat, lower the knees, and arch. Good. Exhale, curl, round, float the knees up. Lower down as you inhale into our arch. Exhale, curl, round, float the knees up. And lower. And come into that arch. And then you can just relax back to neutral. Relax your toes. And kind of stretch back to your heels for a moment. Just let your hips sit back toward the heels. And then we'll take our ball out from between our knees. And we're going to come onto our belly. And this is where you have to have a ball. Well, you could use a pillow. You could use a pillow for this. Okay, you're going to put it right under your chest like this. Just kind of like that. Arms by our side, elbows down. Kind of draw your elbows into the mat, right, like that. And just let your head drop over your ball. So if your chin is able to relax into your ball. It should feel a little stretch in the back of your neck, hopefully, right? So and then what we're going to do is pressing our arms into the ground. We're going to try to roll the ball away with our chest, right? So keeping your head in line with your spine. So you're just looking down and forward. And then you're going to relax on the ball as you inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to try to push that ball forward. Draw your elbows into the mat. As you do that, draw your shoulders down. So we're lengthening our spine, right? Inhale, relax. Exhale, try to roll the ball away. So we really are lengthening our spine, but it's important that you keep your head in line with your spine. So lengthen, lengthen, push the ball, and then relax. And again, push. Your ball's obviously not going to move, but you're going to try to move it. Okay, so one more time. Pushing the elbows into the ground, we push the ball forward. Feel our spine lengthen. Good, and relax. Good, and then take your ball out from there. You're going to put it just in front of you with your hands on it. This is where a block would be a good thing to use. Okay, so you could use a block, hands on top. Looking down, we're just going to press ourselves up into extension, right? So just pressing into the ball or whatever, and relax. And press up. And then we're going to add one leg lifts as we press up. So we're going to press into that ball and lengthen and lift our left leg and lower down. Lengthen and lift your right leg as you press into the ball and lower down. So keep alternating, reaching that leg and lifting it as you press into extension, and then relax. Lengthen and lift. Press up and relax. A couple more. However high you come in your extension, you might have a folded up blanket and under your chest to help you keep your arms, have your arms over your head, right? Always a good idea if it's hard for you. So this, when we come down, we're going to just hold our ball in our hands over our head. This is where it's really good to have support, a pillow or something under your chest if you need it. And you're just going to lift however high you lift up and lower, right? It won't be very high. So lift and lower. Doesn't have to be very high. Lift. We're just engaging our back muscles, right? And lift and lower. And then we're going to pass the ball behind our back. So you're going to float up, take your ball in your left hand, bring both arms behind you, lift up more as you switch to the right hand, bring it over your head and lower down. And again, lift up, ball in the right hand, both arms go behind us, we lift, we switch, bring it over and lower down and rest. And again, lift, take it in your left hand, both arms go back. See if you can lift a little higher. Right hand brings it forward and rest. Lift, right hand brings it back. Lift a little higher, bring it around and down. Let's see if we can do 2 more just for fun. All right, lift, left arm brings it back, lift higher, around and over. Last one. It's really good to strengthen our back, strengthen our spine, bring it around and lower. And then when you're even on both sides, you can rest. We're going to come up onto our elbows and onto our knees. And then if you can't do this on your knees, come onto your back and hug your knees. And we're going to stretch back into child's pose. Right, so you might like to have your ball under your forehead. If you have trouble, I have trouble because of my injury getting my hips back to my heels, but some people just because they're, stiff or whatever. So if you have trouble getting your heels all the way back, or your hips all the way back to your heels, put something under your head. It's very helpful. Right? Just having something under your head like that. A block or something, but we have a ball here, so. All right, and then we can't stay there too long. We might fall asleep. So let's come up to sitting. No, we're not going to fall asleep. Come around to sitting. Bring your legs into mermaid if you can, which just means you're going to bring one leg folded back and one leg in front like that. Now, if that's hard to do, bring this leg out like that, which I often have to do on this side. Okay, and then your ball's here. So mermaid position is this, half mermaid. All right, so hand on the ball, lift tall. All we're going to do is rotate. So we're going to take this arm over to the ball, right? We're going to try to pull ourselves so we're facing the same direction the ball is, and then we're going to open back out. Right? It's a nice twist in this position. So just rotate over, a little twist and kind of lift the chest and then back out. Good for our spine. Okay, rotate over and just looking forward, kind of lift and back out. And then we'll do it on the other side. So this back leg comes forward, switch, side. Just hands on the ball, lifting tall. This is really nice for internal hip rotation too, right? This is mermaid, internal, external, right? Lifting tall, rotate over, try to get both hands on the ball, point your chest all the way to that direction, and then open back out. Hip goes down. So you notice hip lifts a little bit as we rotate over to the ball, and then hip goes down as we open back out, right? One more, take it over. So it's good for our hips, it's good for our spine, kind of lift and rotate, open. Good, and then bring this leg back out here and bring your legs into a diamond or a long-legged butterfly. Bring the ball here. Hands on the ball, we're going to roll it. Now, if you don't have a ball, you can just stretch your hands out, okay? Roll the ball over your feet or stretch your hands past your feet. Stretch, roll the ball back in, stack up. Or like I said, if you don't have a ball, just stretch over. Just stretch forward. Good stretch for our sacrum. And roll it back in. Stack up. And roll it away. Good. Really stretch forward. And roll it back in. Ah, now if you're able to straddle your legs, bring them into a straddle. You can sit on something if it's hard to sit tall. And sit this way, one arm out to the side on the ball. This arm up, take a side stretch, roll the ball away. Again, your hand can be on the ground and you could do a side stretch if you don't have a ball or on a block or something, just won't roll. Okay, take it to the side. And lift up. Good, and take it over. Head lifted is probably more comfortable for the neck. Right, and then we'll take this over to the other side, hand on it, and take it over, and lift up. A nice big side stretch, take it over, hips are anchored, and oh, I forgot to mention, you could sit cross-legged if you need to as well for this, because it's about stretching the side, right? That's what we're doing. So you don't have to sit in a straddle. And lift up. And then we are going to straddle if possible. So you could sit on something. We'll do saw. So the legs, you don't want the legs to be too wide. Ball in one hand. We're just going to rotate, anchor the hips, put your ball on the outside of that opposite leg, anchor those hips, roll it towards your foot, and you might use your back hand to press yourself forward. Roll it back, pick it up, pick it up, center, and switch. I don't know how we're going to switch. Okay, take it over to the other side, roll it towards your foot, and your back hand could press you forward. But just really anchor your hips and lift it. Oh yeah, we could take it over the head. That's how we could do it. Lift it over the head. I'm still waking up. Switch to the other hand and then roll it towards your foot. And roll it back, lift it up and over. That helps us lengthen our spine too. And take it over. So you should feel a nice stretch in that hip and that shoulder and the side body. Reach. And then bring it in, up and over, and roll it towards your foot. You could be stretching your back arm away from you or using that hand to press you forward. All right, just go until you're even on both sides. So roll it towards your foot. Good. When you're even on both sides, you can just bring yourself to center. And relax and maybe give your shoulders a little shake. And let's just do a little circle with our head. So like you're drawing a circle with your nose, just kind of do a little circle in front and the other direction. Release the neck. All right. Thank you all for coming. I'm going to hit the record button here.